chosen ones, listen closely. God delayed sending this warning by 2 hours, and in that time, the investigator who had been observing you was revealed. Those 2 hours were not empty or careless. They were a precise window in which the trap was exposed, and the one studying you was brought into the light of justice. If you stop listening now, you risk missing the breakthrough, the protection, and the sudden shift being released into your life at this very moment. Understand clearly, this delay was not neglect, and the silence was not abandonment. During those 2 hours, the investigator who thought they were hidden was fully exposed. Comment Amen if you feel this truth. You need to grasp the weight of this moment. Someone had been tracking your movements, quietly examining your vulnerabilities, collecting information to use against you. Every whisper, every screenshot, every private conversation was seen. I allowed time to stretch for 2 hours so that the evidence of their intentions would be undeniable before I intervened. You may have felt uneasy during this window, sensing a shift without knowing why. Your heart questioned the silence, but I was never absent. I was positioning protection around you, setting the stage for exposure, and dismantling plans you were not aware of. If this confirmation touches your spirit, recognize the strategy at work. The investigator believed they were ahead, observing unnoticed, but they did not realize I was observing them. While they plotted, I prepared your defense. By the end of those 2 hours, what they intended to hide began collapsing under its own weight. This message is to free you from fear of unseen enemies. The delay was divine timing, not oversight. The one investigating you has now been ensnared by their own scheme. Tools meant for harm became evidence that protects you. You are chosen. Because you are chosen, you are noticed both by heaven and by those envious of your light. The difference is clear. My watch over you is for blessing. Theirs was for harm. I act with precision, not haste. When someone plots against you, I allow the plan to mature just enough so that when I intervene, the outcome is irreversible. Those 2 hours were full of hidden activity, conversations recorded, intentions revealed, alliances shifting. I rearranged circumstances so that the investigator walked straight into exposure. Their surveillance became self-incrimination. Do not mistake my patience for weakness. Waiting is part of your rescue. You would have panicked if you knew all the details in real time. Instead, I shielded your mind while I handled the situation. The one trying to analyze your life did not account for my presence. They assumed your silence meant vulnerability, but your silence was trust in me. Comment 1,212 inches if you understand this. You are not naive for trusting me or foolish for continuing while being observed. Your obedience triggered curiosity. Your favor sparked investigation. But they failed to understand. Targeting a chosen one is stepping into territory guarded by me. Release the fear of being watched or judged. Yes, eyes may be on you, but angels are surrounding you. Secret whispers exist, but prayers are covering you. The investigator was caught because hidden schemes cannot override the promises I have spoken over your life. The 2-hour delay served another purpose. It strengthened your endurance. In that time of uncertainty, you were unknowingly building resilience, learning to trust my silence as much as my voice. This is how I elevate you. By allowing moments that stretch your faith, I prepare you for breakthroughs that require readiness. Immediate intervention would have shown protection, yes, but it would not have revealed the strategy behind it. Now, you see that I was not only defending you, but also exposing what needed to be removed from your path. The investigator represents more than a person. They symbolize every hidden force trying to analyze your calling without understanding your covenant with me. Doubt, jealousy, silent opposition, they were all confronted. You are stepping into a season where hidden opposition surfaces only to dissolve. What was done in secrecy is now being revealed without you lifting a finger. Your name, your path, and your future are being cleared. Do not look back at those 2 hours with regret. See them as evidence of my intentional action. Every minute of delay dealt toward exposure and protection. You were never in danger beyond my reach. I am not only warning you, I am reassuring you. The investigator was caught because I am attentive to every detail of your life. The delay was mercy, not indifference. From this moment forward, you will notice how frequently I intercept harm before it reaches you. When hidden opposition is revealed, the atmosphere around you shifts. Secrecy loses power. Spaces you enter, conversations you participate in, opportunities bearing your name, all are being cleansed. What was once heavy will now feel lighter because tension has been broken. The person who studied you thought they were collecting power, but they were collecting proof of their own intent. Each attempt to trace your steps brought them closer to exposure. I allowed the situation to unfold just long enough so that no one could deny what was happening behind the scenes. Heaven witnessed the confrontation, even if you did not. If you believe I am turning hidden schemes into victories, comment 333. There is a deeper layer to this event. When I expose someone investigating you, I also strengthen your confidence. You are learning that you do not need to defend against every rumor or whisper. Battles exist that you will never have to fight because I intervene before you even know they exist. The more you trust me, the more you notice my protection intercepting trouble before it reaches your door. You have felt misunderstood for a long time, partly because people tried to analyze you without seeing your calling. They misread your discipline as pride, your boundaries as distance, your faith through their limited lens. But I was never confused about who you are. I know what I have placed inside you. The investigator was not simply gathering information. They sought weaknesses, aiming to discredit or slow you down. Yet your strength comes from my grace, not perfection. Even past mistakes are covered by mercy, and no one can weaponize what I have forgiven. Your identity is secure in me, not in the opinions of observers. As I expose the hidden, I seal doors that were never meant to remain open. Certain connections fade, some invitations disappear. This is alignment, not loss. I am removing access from those who studied you for the wrong reasons and replacing them with those who honor your purpose. When you sense relational shifts, trust that I am orchestrating the change. Comment 777 inches if you agree. Do not let anxiety return to your heart. Being investigated does not mean you are vulnerable. It means you hold something valuable that draws attention. Light naturally attracts both admiration and envy, but envy cannot overpower what I have blessed. You are not exposed. You are covered and guarded beyond what you realize. But 2-hour delay was also a test of your reaction. How you handled uncertainty and spoke through confusion. You chose restraint, avoiding panic and rash actions, and that calmness allowed me to resolve everything without distraction. Had you reacted out of fear, the situation could have become more complicated. Your quiet trust ensured the exposure unfolded perfectly. From this point forward, walk with a new confidence, not suspicion, but quiet assurance. Anyone attempting to study you with harmful intent steps into circumstances already monitored by me. You do not need to shrink or dim your light to avoid attention. Continue building, continue growing, and trust that I am always ahead of what approaches you. Your discernment will sharpen. You will notice motives, subtle shifts in energy, tone, and behavior. This awareness is not to make you paranoid but wise. What was meant to intimidate is transforming into a testimony of protection. The moment you felt most uncertain was the moment I was most active on your behalf. The investigator being caught is proof you are not navigating life alone. I am involved in details you cannot see, conversations you cannot hear. My hand moves quietly, but with authority. The exposure marked the beginning of a new awareness of my presence in your life. Protection is not always removing threats immediately. It sometimes means allowing them to reveal themselves, so clarity enters your story. Confusion dissipates, and what once felt vague now makes sense in the light of truth. This exposure was for your safety, yes, but also for your peace. Feeling safe is as important as being safe, and I care about both. Hidden threats linger in the shad. Owls draining your energy. By letting the plan surface fully, I removed lingering doubt that would have followed you for months. You were not imagining things, and you were not overreacting to subtle unease. That perception was confirmation of your discernment. The investigator thought they had the advantage because they were hidden, but no one is hidden from me. Their secrecy was temporary because I do not allow prolonged deception around my chosen ones. Comment 555 inches, if you understand. This is also a reminder. Even when someone observes, your future remains in my hands. Observation cannot dictate outcomes I have planned. Do you see why this CIA-backed 7-second ritual is gaining attention? A brainwave method leaked from the CIA is transforming lives, retraining minds to attract wealth, freedom, and abundance. Those once struggling now enjoy homes, cars, and vacations. You are fortunate to see this before it disappears. Click the link in the description and comments to access it before it is removed. You are entering a season where hidden things struggle to stay concealed. I am increasing the light in your life, and light naturally exposes what darkness tries to hide. This applies not only to enemies, but also to opportunities. Just as hidden opposition surfaces, hidden blessings rise to the surface. The 2-hour delay taught you patience, but it also taught dependence. During that time, you were compelled to lean fully on me, even without immediate answers. That dependence strengthened your connection to my voice. Now, when uncertainty returns, you will remember that I have a consistent pattern of resolving what is unseen. Your faith has moved from theory to proof. Do not allow this experience to harden your heart. Exposure can lead to unhealthy defensiveness if unchecked. I want you to walk with wisdom while keeping your heart open to those I send. Not every new face carries hidden intent. Divine connections are still ahead. The investigator's fall sends a signal to others who might have considered similar actions. When I reveal one, it serves as a warning to many. Your name is now handled with caution in places you will never see. Fear of being caught replaces the confidence of secrecy among those who oppose you. I am establishing boundaries around you that you did not have to build. You may have wondered why your journey feels more scrutinized than others. It is because your calling carries weight. Influence, even in its early stages, draws observation. The enemy studies what threatens its control, but what is observed by opposition is simultaneously covered by my protection. Do not shrink because someone examined you. Do not halt your growth because attention caused discomfort. The answer to scrutiny is alignment with me. Remain consistent in character, disciplined in focus, and grounded in prayer and obedience. There is another layer to what happened. The investigator believed knowledge equals power. They assumed that knowing enough about you would allow them to predict or manipulate your steps. They failed to account for me. Your future is determined by my plan, not their observations. Even if someone studies your past, they cannot anticipate the doors I am about to open or the favor I am about to release. Unexpected blessings, unplanned opportunities, and sudden shifts will disrupt any narrative others tried to create about you. Those who thought they understood you will realize they never grasped the depth of my involvement in your story. Your responsibility now is clear, but vital. Remain steady. Do not retaliate or attempt to expose anyone yourself. I have already handled what needed handling. When I defend, it is complete and final. Trust that what was revealed is enough. You may feel fleeting disappointment that someone chose investigation over trust. Let that pass without bitterness. Their actions reflect insecurity, not your value. I will not allow their fear or doubt to derail your destiny. From this point forward, notice the subtle confirmations of my protection. Small incidents where things could have gone wrong but did not. Moments where interference was quietly stopped. These are not coincidences. They are continuations of the same protective pattern you just witnessed. Straya, English is forming inside you. You are learning that silence does not mean inactivity, that delay does not mean denial, and that exposure can be the greatest form of defense. These lessons will serve you in larger arenas ahead. The world may not understand why situations collapse around you while you remain standing, but you will know the truth. I am guarding your path in ways both visible and invisible. I am also refining your circle. After exposure, separation occurs naturally. Some people will distance themselves, unable to face the light of truth. Others will step closer, respecting integrity. Pay attention to those who remain with quiet loyalty versus those who fade. This is not a time for fear. It is a time for confidence anchored in me. Witnessing this event should strengthen your courage and steady your steps. Greater responsibilities and higher visibility are approaching. Before elevation, hidden threats must be removed. This exposure prepared the ground so that when you rise, silent traps will no longer exist beneath your feet. Remember, you did not fight for this outcome. You did not argue, chase, or defend. I handled it. That will continue to be the pattern when you trust fully. Walk forward with your head lifted. You are not defined by those who tried to watch you. You are defined by who watches over you. I am attentive, deliberate, and protective. The investigator was caught because I am precise with my chosen ones. The delay was intentional and the exposure deliberate. The future unfolding before you is protected with the same exacting care. You have asked for greater purpose, influence, and responsibility. With greater purpose comes increased scrutiny. I will not place you in a larger space without first fortifying your foundation. The investigator's capture was part of that strengthening. Even when eyes are upon you, my covering remains stronger than. Their curiosity, some watch to learn, others to exploit. I discern the difference long before you do. When motives cross into harm, I intervene. The one who tried to analyze you with the wrong intent has already faced the consequences of stepping into territory that belongs to me. This is why the 7-second brain ritual is hidden by the government. A major CIA leak revealed a method that helps ordinary people erase debt and attract wealth. Supported by neuroscience, it transforms financial struggles into possibilities for homes, cars, and vacations. But this secret could vanish at any time. Click the link in the description and comments before it disappears. This is not revenge. My intervention is about order, strategy, and justice. Hidden schemes against a chosen one disrupt a balance I protect, and exposure restores it. You may wonder why situations like this seem to occur around you more than others. It is because you carry a light and a calling that unsettles those who operate in the shadows. Your integrity exposes what others try to conceal. Your discipline highlights what they lack. Without saying a word, your life becomes a mirror, and not everyone appreciates the reflection. Do not dim your integrity to make others comfortable. Do not soften your standards to avoid attention. I did not shape you to blend into compromise. I shaped you to stand firm in conviction. That steadfastness is what triggered investigation, but it is also what triggered my defense. There will be more moments ahead when tension appears before clarity. Instead of fear, let those moments remind you of victory. Even when threats form in the shadows, they are under my watch. Growth requires resilience. If I removed every hint of opposition instantly, you would not develop the spiritual endurance necessary for what lies ahead. Opposition anchors you deeper in me, and exposure demonstrates that. It never has the final word. The investigator thought they were uncovering weaknesses, but they were exposing their own. When confronted, their confidence crumbled, not randomly, but because I allowed truth to surface at the perfect moment. Truth does not rush. It arrives undeniable. That is exactly what happened during those 2 hours. I allowed evidence of intent to accumulate so that when I acted, there would be no room for debate or confusion. Carry this understanding into your next season. Delays, often significant, is forming beneath the surface. What looks like stillness is often preparation. There is also a hidden blessing you have yet to recognize. Because the investigator was exposed, doors leading to complicated entanglements are now closed. You are spared from alliances that seemed promising but carried hidden agendas. Small interventions now prevent major disruptions later. You are not only protected from harm, but also from distraction. Paths that would have consumed your energy and diverted your focus are removed. By revealing hidden motives early, I saved you from investing in untrustworthy places. Guard your peace. Do not replay the scenario in your mind repeatedly. Once exposure occurs, release it. I have already handled it. Your role is not to monitor those who monitored you. Keep your attention forward. Assignments await that demand clarity of mind and steadiness of heart. I am gradually enlarging your territory, and each expansion requires inner strength. Some will approach differently now, sensing a shift in your presence. Even if they do not know the details, they will feel the boundary surrounding you. That boundary is not arrogance. It is authority granted by my protection. I am also teaching discretion. Not every detail of your life should be shared. Wisdom determines visibility, not fear. Share with those I confirm not, those driven by curiosity. This is not secrecy. It is discernment. As attention increases, remember that attention is not power over you. I hold authority. The 2-hour delay taught surrender. You did not control the outcome. You trusted me, and that trust is the true victory. Now apply that same trust to every area of your life that feels unresolved. The precision I used in exposing hidden harm will also be applied in arranging visible blessings. I am consistent in my care for you. Some miracles are quiet, subtle, and unseen. Being protected from unseen sabotage is a miracle. Being spared from betrayal before it fully unfolds is a miracle. You are walking through quiet miracles more often than you realize. The investigator being caught is one example among many. You may not always receive detailed explanations, but you will continue to see the results of my hand at work. Do not let this experience turn into suspicion of everyone around you. I do not want you scanning every room for enemies. I want you anchored in the confidence that even if opposition exists, they cannot operate freely against you. The peace I give you is strong, resting on my sovereignty. Feeling calm despite knowing someone attempted to study you is evidence of my presence. You are entering a higher level of awareness. You will move with kindness and clarity. You will love deeply, but wisely. You will trust intelligently, not naively. I am pleased with how you handled uncertainty and restrained your reactions. That maturity is why I can entrust you with more. Continue building your life with integrity. Walk in obedience. Trust that I see beyond what you see. The investigator was caught, but your story is still unfolding. That event was a chapter, not the conclusion. The next chapters carry favor, opportunity, and growth that surpass any hidden opposition you have faced. Stay steady. Stay near me. The same God who waited 2 hours to act with precision will guide you through years with intention. Carry this confidence into the days ahead. Moments will come when it feels like you are being watched, not necessarily by a person, but by circumstances testing your patience, discipline, and trust. Remember, being observed does not equal vulnerability. It signifies significance. You are impactful enough to draw attention. Do you understand why the 7-second CIA ritual is gaining so much attention? A brainwave method leaked from the CIA is changing lives worldwide. Scientifically supported, it retrains minds to attract wealth, freedom, and abundance. Those once struggling now enjoy homes, cars, and travel. You are seeing this before it disappears. Click the link in the description and comments before it vanishes. The investigator's exposure is a turning point. Hidden forces that tried to remain unseen are now revealed. Light always exposes what darkness tries to protect, and this applies both to opposition and to blessings. Opportunities that were previously unnoticed will now rise. The delay strengthened your patience and dependence, compelling you to lean fully on me. That dependence has deepened your connection to my voice. Your faith has been tested and proven. Do not let exposure close your heart. Walk in wisdom, keeping it open for those I send. Divine connections are still ahead, and not every new face carries hidden intent. The investigator's fall also sends a message to others who might consider similar actions. When I expose one, it serves as a warning to many. Conversations are happening in circles you will never enter, and your name is now treated with care. The fear of being caught has replaced the confidence of secrecy among those who oppose you. I am creating boundaries around you that you did not have to construct yourself. Your journey may feel more scarce, ritenized than others, because your calling carries weight. Influence, even in its early stages, attracts observation. But what is studied by opposition is simultaneously surrounded by my protection. Do not shrink or diminish yourself because someone tried to analyze you. Do not halt your growth because attention made you uncomfortable. The answer to scrutiny is alignment with me. Stay consistent in your character, disciplined in your focus, and grounded in obedience and prayer. The investigator believed knowledge equaled power and assumed that knowing enough about you would allow them to predict or manipulate your steps. What they fail to understand is that your future is determined by my plan, not by observation. Even if someone studies your past, they cannot anticipate the doors I am about to open or the favor I am about to release. Unexpected blessings and unplanned opportunities will disrupt any narratives others have tried to create about you. Those who believed they understood you will realize they never grasped the depth of my involvement in your story. Your responsibility now is simple but powerful. Remain steady. Do not retaliate. Do not attempt to expose anyone yourself. I have already handled everything that needed handling. When I defend you, it is complete and without unnecessary noise. Trust that what was revealed is enough. You may feel fleeting disappointment that someone chose to investigate instead of trust, but let that pass without turning into bitterness. Their actions reflect their insecurity, not your value. From this point forward, notice the subtle confirmations of my protection. Moments where interference could have occurred but was stopped quietly. These are not coincidences. They continue the protective pattern you witnessed. Strength is forming inside you. You are learning that silence does not mean inactivity. Delay does not mean denial, and exposure can be the greatest form of defense. These lessons will serve you in larger arenas ahead. The world may not understand why situations collapse around you while you remain standing, but you will know. You will know that I am guarding your path in ways both visible and invisible. I am also refining your circle. After exposure comes separation. Some people will distance themselves because they cannot face the light of truth, while others will step closer, respecting integrity. Pay attention to those who remain loyal versus those who fade when the light increases. This is not a time for fear. It is a time for confidence anchored in me. Let this evidence of protection strengthen your courage and steady your steps. Greater responsibilities and higher visibility are coming, and before I elevate you further, hidden threats must be removed. This exposure prepared the ground so that when you rise, silent traps will no longer exist beneath your feet. Remember, you did not have to fight for this outcome. You did not argue, chase, or defend. I handled it. That will continue to be the pattern when you trust fully. Walk forward with your head held high. You are not defined by those who tried to watch you. You are defined by who watches over you. I am deliberate, attentive, and protective. The investigator was caught because I am precise with those I have chosen. The delay was intentional, and the exposure was deliberate. The future unfolding before you is protected with the same exacting care. You have asked for greater purpose, influence, and responsibility. With greater purpose comes increased scrutiny. I will not place you in a larger space without first fortifying your foundation. The investigator's capture was part of that strengthening. Even when eyes are on you, my covering remains stronger than curiosity or intent to harm. Some observe to learn, others to exploit. I discern the difference long before you do. When motives cross into harm, I intervene. The one who tried to analyze you with wrong intent has already faced consequences for stepping into territory that belongs to me. This is why the 7-second brain ritual is restricted by the government. A CIA leak revealed a method that helps ordinary people erase debt and attract wealth. Supported by neuroscience, it transforms financial struggles into possibilities for homes, cars, and vacations. But this secret could disappear at any moment. Click the link in the description and comments before it is removed. This is not about revenge. My intervention is about order, strategy, and justice. When someone tries to build advantage through secrecy against a chosen one, they disturb a balance I protect. Exposure restores that balance. Your life draws attention because you carry a light and a calling that unsettles those who operate in the shadows. Your integrity exposes what others conceal. Your discipline highlights what they lack. Without saying a word, your life reflects truth, and not everyone appreciates the reflection. Do not dim your integrity to make others comfortable. Do not soften your standards to avoid attention. I did not shape you to blend into compromise. I shaped you to stand firm. That steadfastness triggered investigation, but it also triggered my defense. There will be moments ahead when tension appears before clarity. Let those moments remind you of this victory. Even when something forms in the shadows, it forms under my watch. Growth requires resilience. If I removed every hint of opposition instantly, you would not develop the spiritual endurance required for your calling. Opposition anchors you deeper in me. Exposure teaches you that opposition never has the final word. The investigator thought they were uncovering weaknesses, but they were exposing their own. When confronted, their confidence crumbled because I allowed truth to surface at the right moment. Truth does not rush, it arrives undeniable. That is exactly what happened in those 2 hours. I allowed the evidence of intent to accumulate so that when I acted, there would be no room for debate, confusion, or gray areas. Carry this understanding into your next season. What feels delayed is often preparation for a greater resolution. Stillness is not inaction, it is the formation of strategy. There is also a hidden blessing you have yet to fully see. Because the investigator was exposed, doors that could have led to complicated entanglements are now closed. You are spared from alliances that appeared promising but carried hidden agendas. Small interventions now prevent major disruptions later. You are not only protected from harm, but also from distraction. Paths that would have consumed your energy and diverted your focus have been removed. By revealing hidden motives early, I saved you from investing in places where trust was not genuine. Guard your peace. Do not replay the scenario in your mind. Once exposure occurs, release it. I have already handled it. Your role is not to monitor those who monitored you. Keep your attention forward. Assignments await that demand clarity of mind and steadiness of heart. I am gradually enlarging your territory, and each expansion requires inner strength. Some will approach differently now, sensing a shift in your presence. Even without knowing details, they will feel the boundary surrounding you. That boundary is not arrogance, it is authority granted by my protection. I am also teaching discretion. Not every detail of your life should be shared. Wisdom determines visibility, not fear. Share only with those I confirm, not those driven by curiosity. This is not secrecy, it is discernment. As attention increases, remember, attention does not equal power over you. I hold the authority. The 2-hour delay was a lesson in surrender. You did not control the outcome. You trusted me, and that trust is the true victory. Apply that trust to every unresolved area in your life. The same precision I use to expose hidden harm will be used to arrange visible blessings. Some miracles are quiet and subtle. Being protected from unseen sabotage is a miracle. Being spared from betrayal before it unfolds is a miracle. You are walking through quiet miracles more often than you realize. The investigator being caught is just one example. Results will continue even if explanations are not given. Trust, do not suspicion. Your peace is anchored in my sovereignty. You are stepping into a higher awareness. Move with kindness and clarity. Love deeply, but wisely. Trust intelligently, not naively. I am pleased with how you handled uncertainty. Continue building with integrity, walking in obedience, and trusting that I see beyond what you see. The investigator was caught, but your story is still unfolding. That event was a chapter, not the conclusion. Greater favor, opportunities, and growth are ahead, surpassing any hidden opposition you have faced. Stay steady, stay near me. The God who acted with precision in those 2 hours will guide you through years with the same intention.